It's nighttime, so I'm heading to my night job. So today's topic is going to be, online profiles, primary, secondary, and stuff like that. If you're in a relationship, by all means, please respect that relationship by mentioning that you are in a relationship. If you're on a dating profile, and like I said, I have been doing my research by creating a secondary account for this very reason, and I wanted to state that I am not really there looking to date. I'm actually on there to observe and everything, and to also catch married men on there. And I have caught enough people in other sites to know that they're definitely going to be on the Facebook one as well. So, profile etiquette. Respect your relationship by stating that you're in a relationship. Now, I know that someone says keep your stuff private. Well, people that are not out to affect your relationship, and people that are not out there to gain your mate, you don't really have to do all that. I mean, you don't have to hide it. You don't have to, because people are going to respect that you're in a relationship. They are not going to be trying to do anything to sabotage your current status. Now, there are some people that do, unfortunately, and you just have to be wary of them and say to friend, listen, I'm in a happy relationship with somebody else. And if they think they have a chance, if you think that they're starting to get to that point where they think they have a chance with you, just say, listen, this is only a friendship between us. There will be nothing more. And you state up front, we will always remain friends. That's easy, right? But then you get those people oh, I kind of like him, but there's this wrong, there's that wrong. And, it's stuff that can be changed, and then maybe later on down the road they can get together. But we're talking about, people that are purposely seeking people in other relationships, and people that are purposely not respecting their marriage or their relationship. And when this happens, you just, call them the fuck out. Let the other person know. It's hey, yo, I thought you two were doing really good. And they're like, well, we are doing good. I said, are you sure about this? And then you're going to get the whole shame of, you should have mind your own business and everything that, because I got boosted. Well, fuck you for even going online while you're in this supposed happy relationship, and you're out there fucking shopping online for a new mate or a playmate. Now, I do know that a lot of guys will tend to do this, and you can't tell me that you don't, because I busted you, I've witnessed it, and I'm going to state it right now. There is a lot of shopping online, a lot of browsing online, and I personally wish that if you're going to browse or shop online, you just let your partner know, hey, listen, I kind of need a little help with getting my friend up, because we all know that some guys actually suffer from erectile dysfunction. It's okay, guys. They have something called the Eddie out, and it's something to help, you guys through that issue in the bedroom. Check it out. Back to profile etiquette. Now, I have came across some doozies where these guys really are taking a whole new, being honest, 100% honest, to a whole different level. Now, I'm not for sure if they're genuinely being honest or if they're just jokingly being honest. You can just tell some of them are just whoa. And these are Tinder profiles, but I don't really frequent Tinder. I think, if anything, the only social media that provides a dating site that I will actually go and do my observance on is the I call it, Facebook, but it is the Facebook dating site. And some of those are kind of comical. Now they've made it to where there's a friendship section and women can meet friends there. I am attempting. Now this is rather new for me, but I am attempting to friend women online, and not just women that I've came across and met in person. This is something new for me. No, I am not into taco stand. I've already experimented in my youth and realized that I am strictly dickly. So, I kind of want to get a feel of what women on there are pursuing. And the ones that are automatically trying to hit on me, I'm like, yo, no thank you. So, I mean, they should come up with some kind of code or something when you're on these profile dating sites and everything. And they should probably just make a separate one from it and just say friendship seeking, you know, something of that level. But, you know, you can't always get that because there's always going to be someone that's in denial that, you know, you just want to be friends. And they're going to push the issue until you're just like completely over it and sick of talking to them because, well, you know, you're getting nowhere with, you know, flat out saying, I'm not interested in you like that. You just kind of, you know, guys have to accept this. When a woman says no, guess what? She means what? No. Who cares if she texted you at 2 a.m. drunk off her ass? You will not disrespect her and you will not take advantage of her. I don't care how thirsty she is saying she wants to crawl up on your dick. No. Because you will have an aftermath of an outcome that you really don't want to go through. You're going to lose a friendship. I mean, rare cases you will gain a relationship out of it, but you're kind of lowering your standards, people, and your preferences are out the door. Because once you just jump into the sack, what else you got? Are you guys going to be able to have nice, long conversations that friends usually get to do? Will you be able to go and meet for coffee and go and without it being a date? You know, you have to think these things through when you decide to befriend somebody or when you decide to, they passed your vetting and you decide to date them. You're going to have to discuss these things like, well, so you can state in these profiles up front, hey, I'm only here to chat and basically pass time by. Or you can say, you know, I know that I just went through a divorce and everything. I'm just kind of testing the water with conversation. That means I don't want nudes. I don't want to jump in the sack with anybody. If you want that, you know, you're not hurting in the attention department. You're good looking. I say hit up a Tinder spot. You know, like go over there and get it out of your system. And once you fuck somebody's brains out and with no strings attached and everything, then get back at me and then maybe we can converse and we can see if there's anything there. Yes, people, I am just this brutally honest. And I had a character that was thinking that he could just all of a sudden start asking, you know, sex. And it's like, you ain't hurting in the sex department. What the fuck are you wanting from me? I was like, I thought we were friends. You know. And then I was like, well, you stop talking to me. Well, goes, well, you stop talking to me. And it's like, yeah, okay. You can always tell who's in the real friendship and who's in the, I'm on the sidelines trying to get into the bat. Trying to get up to bat. So, pay attention. So, the friendship one on Facebook is nice. I mean, you get up, you know, your preferences are still seeing if there's going to be a matching quality in there. And some of the girls look a little out there for me because most of my friendships are predominantly male. I own it. I have an issue with trusting females in my life that are single, no kids, and you know, just looking to be a leech onto someone else's platter. You know what I mean? So I'm not really into that. I've had it times before where I attempt to be friends with couples, and that kind of went south. And most of my socializing is done online. I really rarely meet with people in person. I do meet with my very close friends, of course, but to kind of branch out and make new friends, I am definitely struggling in this department because I've already been through it all, seen it all, to where I'm like, I want to protect myself from it all. You know, I don't want to repeat history. I don't want to be pulled in a threesome. I don't want to be anybody's unicorn. I don't want to I just like, y'all make it so terrifying to get out there and socialize sometimes, because you see the horror stories that people complain online. It's like, oh damn, yeah, I don't want to go through that. I'll pass. I mean, I'm almost in my mid 40s here, and I'm just like, damn, things have sure changed. And I mean, I like to play pool, but then somebody's already going to assume that, you know, while I play pool and stuff, I'm going to drink, or I'm down to fuck or something like that. I'm not. My last escapade kind of wisened me up, and I realized that, you know, I was in the wrong. I handled it, you know, I did it, and it was goodbye sex, and I had, you know, I'm not proud of my methods of goodbye sex, but it's just the way I do things. It's like, you know, I get one last romp with you, and then I just go into hiding. I don't even really have to ghost, because when I do the goodbye sex, it's usually pretty mutual. You know, it's done. It's done. There is no, we're going to come back and try it again. No, goodbye sex is permanent. That doesn't mean I want people lined up to try and get some goodbye sex out of me, because it ain't going to happen. But they made their choice. They played the game. I found out about it. It stung a little bit, but it's alright. I'll be fine. Because that's how I roll. I don't let things stick to me if it's not meant to be with me. If it's not meant to be mine, I'm not going to let it stick to me where it affects me. I just roll on. It's like, okay. Deuces. And then, so I mean, just be upfront and be like, yo, for the guys that are on there and just brutally honest and saying they're just down to fuck, you know, kudos to you. You helped me weed you out quicker. Thank you so much. I appreciate your honesty to where I don't even have to, I can just click that X and say, no, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate your honesty over the guy that's doing the whole, oh, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. When he's looking at every girl he's going to try and bang on this site, you know. You got that going on as well. And then there's some cougars. Yeah, there's some women that are older and they're jumping in there looking for that youngin'. Unfortunately, they come across a little situation where they get barely legals popping on their line about their age. Let's be smart, people. If you're going to create a profile of any sort, make sure that you're honest about your age. I mean, we're trying to eliminate children from jumping on these things and getting in some serious trouble. We're trying to eliminate pedophilia by keeping children off of social media. Even though that they're allowing them, we're trying to keep it to where we don't want children on there, period. We don't want some girl pretending to be this age, so where a guy is literally, you know, thinking that he's going to get the hookup of a lifetime, and then ends up realizing he's going to go to jail for sleeping with someone, you know, underage. Where, yeah, it was kind of, you know, a setup and everything on her behalf or his behalf, however way it goes. But, you know, someone's going to go to jail. So let's kind of prevent this by, you know, just being honest about your age. If your profile picture does not match any of the information provided, you know what? I would just completely delete and start all over again until it is as close to honesty as possible. That means if I see the age 54 and I see a picture of when you're in your 30s, red flag, you will be overlooked. My personal favorite is the ones that just put a picture and a little bit of info and nothing else. Yeah, you're on the wrong site. I know what those are for, and it's not for finding love. But we'll have to talk about that another time, because it's like, don't you think you should be on Grindr? Because that's how quick Grindr works. You don't really get to do very much talking. You just basically say smash or pass and it's on, from what I've been told. I don't do Grindr because I believe that's predominantly for men. And I'm okay not going and seeing all that stuff. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't check out gay porn. I have in the past. I even have a little bit of a fetish. Is where I like to see two guys kiss. Just kiss. I don't need to see the full whole caboodle thing, but you know, I get it how guys can get excited seeing two women kiss, but then they always want to push it a little further because see, they just can't be happy with a little bit of, you know, excitement they get. They got to push it all the way forward. And you know, their experimentation does wind them a lot in ER, and winds them a lot in divorce courts, and you know, there's a lot of negative outcomes with the way that guys go about exploring. I mean, women are pretty smart about their exploring. They know how to burn bridges the proper way, where nobody gets hurt, nobody's financially responsible, and we just all bow out like, thanks, high five, I'll see you never, and move the fuck on. Guys, on the other hand, they get and they're like, oh my God, who the fuck are you? We got to get married. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that. And then they're all like, then they end up finding out that they're talking to 6 other fucking girls the same way. And it's just like, well, ew. You know, guys, I mean, you could tone down your fakeness a little bit. You could really work on your ethics. That's for sure. And you could definitely make it to where, I mean, because when I know a guy that locks his phone, instantly I'm thinking, they're like, well, I've got kids. Yeah, you know what? It's easy. You don't need to be on that kind of shit when you have children to begin with. I know it's a nice little escape, but it will be used against you in court. Get rid of it. If you gotta live a life, you gotta hide, and you got children, and you're going through custody court, you might as well just sign over the children to the other parent, because you've already set yourself up for failure. Your profiles will set you up for failure. Stop posting pictures of you with your kids. People can recognize your kids while they're sitting around schools. You know, just don't. Remove any children activity on your dating profiles. I don't care if you're a single parent. I don't care if you're a widowed parent. I said that purposely because there's been this scam going around where there's a lot of guys saying that they're a widower. In actuality, they're very married. Pay attention. And especially, another thing is, best way when you come across someone's profile and it's got their name, or you have a conversation with them and you give them your first name, all you have to do is type in that first name, and you very well could come across that exact same person that you're talking to on the outside. Like, you could come up with where they really live. I mean, these search wagons and all these how to find people and everything, they're getting really wicked here. I mean, like, they're getting on the mark where they got addresses and numbers connected. That's like when you go through your profile and you create a profile and stuff, dude, go in there and turn all your stuff to private. Only you can see your phone number. Only you can see your email. Only you can see certain pictures. And, I mean, these settings are there for a reason, because if you leave yourself like an open book, I mean, we got people from other countries that are pretending to be somebody. They'll snag off your pictures and create a profile, a fake profile, to scam people out of money. I mean, you have to be very careful of this stuff. And my suggestion is go all completely private. Make it to your friends are private, so no one can jump onto your friends and then connect you, and like they can stalk people through your friends list. You don't want to do that. That's not very nice. You don't want to give them access to that, because when it comes back and says, are you friends with so-and-so? And then you end up having a whole, argument because you accepted a friend request from some so-and-so's ex, or ex, baby dad's sister, whatever the fuck it is. You know, it all comes to there. Everybody's connected at some point in time. It's awful, but it is. The smaller the area, the more chances that you could be running into a distant cousin. You know, I don't want to say that's the case, but yeah, when you're getting too close to the family line, move, branch out, make your babies elsewhere. And another thing that you should avoid is, so there's these fake profiles that are being created for relationship purposes, and it's where I guess they're going like this, and they're doing a hush on it, saying don't let them know I created a second account so I can spy either on my boyfriend, girlfriend, or my ex, basically what it comes out to. And you just don't want to get involved in that. You just don't even want to create them kind of profiles. I mean, stalking is just that, people. Stalking, and it's not a good idea. And some stalking can lead to really serious bad cases of domestic violence, murder, homicide, you know, all of it. It's just not a good idea to stalk anybody. And the best way not to stalk somebody is to what? That's right, you block them. You get them out of your line of vision, because then if you get them out of your line of vision, guess what? You forget them. When you forget them and get them out of your line of vision, guess what you can do easily? No problem, is move on. And I'm not saying move on to another vagina, another dick, or whatever, you know, body part that everybody's like, oh, you're so hooked up on that dick. No, I could replace it like that. I have not had a solid connection since my ex-fiance, and I'm okay with this. I've gone several years without having a solid connection, and I still just don't feel like I'm ready to get into a full-on relationship, so I've been avoiding going out on dates. But I will, you know, check out what's there. I'll kind of browse a little here and there just to see what's out there, and I might befriend somebody and talk, you know, see where they're at in life, see what they're going for. But as soon as I hear that they have a girlfriend, they're in a relationship, I will bounce out 100%. They will never hear from me again, because but if it's someone I'm talking to that's already stated they're in a relationship and it's just a platonic friendship, I will continue to talk to them and stuff, but it will be strictly professional. It will be very respectful. I will not flirt with them. I will not say anything to where the other partner would ever feel threatened of the friendship. And some people just don't know how to respect other people's relationships, and they fuck things up thinking that this is going to be a good idea, this is a good thing, right? And then it doesn't fall through, and now they're stuck empty-handed. Well, you get what you deserve. Nobody said anything about you. Nobody, you know, forced you to go and break up a relationship, a marriage. Nobody forced you to do that. You did that all on your own. You reap what you sow. You get what you deserve. Choices, be smart about these things, and always remember anybody is capable of going straight up psycho on you at some point in this. I mean, you just kind of have to decide what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. If somebody starts asking you as soon as you accept their friend request, I mean, I had this character, oh my god, I can't remember what the fuck his name is. His name was I think they went by the name Starfish. Obviously, we know what Starfish is representing here, right? And this guy's all telling me, you know, not even telling me, he just starts sending me fucking random shit, and I'm just like, yeah, you should try porn, dude. Knock it on out. You know, go ahead and compliment them and then block them. Let them believe that they got the greatest cock ever, and then when they finally present it to somebody else, and they get laughed or scoffed or whatever it is, karma served easy. Stop sending your lady bits, your man bits online, people. There are OnlyFans. They are people that are selling your pictures. I had a character that was he was a drug addict. Usually it's anybody that's involved in drugs, any way to make free money without having to have a job and have to be pissed test, they'll jump on it. It's like quick. So I had a character that would ask for pictures, and I really thought that he was, you know, just fooling. And then I saw OnlyFans, and I was like, what is the chances I'm going to come across some of these pictures? So I took an end to that, because I would find out how guys would be taking pictures of their women and creating this and making money off their women's, you know, bodies. I mean, one way to really solicit your woman, guys, I mean, create an account and making money off her. I just think that is so disrespectful. Unless she's agreed with it and she has no self-esteem and she's just, yeah, let's do it. I want to make money having other guys drool over my body and you fucking me and blah, 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 you know. People are deranged these days, and it's always about money. It's money or drugs. There's a song, Drugs and Fucking Money, right? Like, yeah, I caught my kid listening to this song. I mean, it's got a great tune, but it's like, oh my gosh, you listen to this? I think it's called Sex, Money, and something. I can't even remember who sings it. I'll look it up one of these days, and I'll tell you about it. But the influence is strong on children. Awful. I don't recommend it. Wow, someone's got the brights on. Oops. Not trying to flashy. And then there's people that are they lie about their ages, they lie about the country they're in. I mean, it could be a straight up stalker that's like down the street from you saying they're in a different country. You got to be really careful of this stuff. As soon as you get a name, you need to check them. Okay, this person is straight up has brights on me. What a jerk. Okay. You ain't special. I'm going to pass this guy in front. Is probably not really a good idea, but I wanted to spend some time with my kid while I had some time to. She was really happy to know that DoorDash can hit our area, and so we took full advantage of it today, which was nice, because she doesn't always like to go out in public. She's a bit of a homebody, and I hope to goodness that she hasn't created any more profiles. She got busted with Instagram. Someone had hacked on there and really, you know, presented my child being racist, bigot. I mean, everything you can imagine that would make a child look really bad. This person really did a good job of it. Apparently, it was a friend from her school. Not a friend, my bad. A friend of a friend situation where the friend was my child's enemy and bullied her this way by creating this fake, by taking over her account and posting really rotten things. So you got to be careful of that stuff too. good choices when you're online. I mean, you don't have to be 100% honest, like where you live, put your number and all that stuff. But, like, you know, be as close to the truth as possible. Because when you put fake shit up there trying to, you know, for your lure or your bait, whatever you want to call it, and you put fake shit up there as a catfish, catfishing isn't very nice. It's very deceptive, and people that promote catfishing, you're not right either. So I don't recommend catfishing at all. I think it's a poor choice, and I think someone's feelings get hurt, and it's usually the catfisher. Because really, if you really truly feel like you need to catfish someone because, you know, you don't know how to be an honest person, and you really truly feel that you're that ugly that you have to play yourself up to be somebody else, I mean, you get what you deserve. You won't have any pity from me when the person's like rejects you on the spot because you deceived them. You were wrong, and you shouldn't do that. On one of my profiles, I actually am in someone else's home, and I guess it looks like an outfit, but really it's my bathing suit with a bathing suit cover on top of it. And people are like, "Ooh, I want her," and it's like, dude, I'm fully covered. You know, it's like, that's my bathing suit. I don't wear bikinis. I don't think I just don't feel comfortable wearing them because I'm a little over and, you know, endowed on top, and I'm pretty thick on the bottom. And yeah, I got a pooch. I mean, you have multiple kids, that kind of happens. And I'm in my mid-40s, well, pretty damn close. So now I was just like, I now see why people, by the time they hit their 40s, they stick and go back to past relationships because, you know, it becomes slim pickings. Everybody's either married off or nobody wants to be in a relationship when you hit about my age. So, I mean, I do not recommend young people to go to dating sites. I think that you can do well making friends and developing relationships that way, face to face, in person, versus online. I think you should become as transparent as possible. If you are actually talking to someone that you have an actual interest in, I think that you should be as transparent as possible. And if somebody says that they can't talk over the phone, guess what? That means they're not alone. And the best way to tell if somebody's alone or not is send them a voice message. You send them a voice message and they're saying, "Oh, what's it say? What did it say?" and everything. I can't listen to it. That's because they're letting you know I'm not alone. You know, you guys who just come out and say, "I have company. I'm not alone. I can't listen to this right now, but I'll listen to it later." You could just write out and say that. You don't have to be like, "Oh, what's it say?" Like, seriously? That's like a dead ringer that you are totally just being deceptive and untrustworthy. Just say, "Yo, I've got company. I can't listen to it right now." It's simple, really. But you feel like you're going to lose that interest because you're too busy entertaining somebody else. I mean, nobody's set in stone. You can entertain other people, but there's going to be people that are like, "Yo, if you're already entertaining other people, I'm just going to bow out." And that's their prerogative. You have to respect that. And I'm one of those people. I'm going to bow out. If you got multiple interests going on, you want me to compete with you, I'm not going to. You want me to compete for you, I'm not going to. I'm good. I don't need it. I got all this to pick from. I'll be fine. Like I told some dude, I was like, rejection. I said, "You can reject me, it's cool. But don't think I'm going to be all back up when that doesn't fall through and you're going to be trying to get back with me again. It don't roll." I was like, I don't roll like that. I was like, you made your choice. Now you can live that choice without me. Okay. Thank you with your rights. Whew. It's okay, people. Dating world is, like I said, and previous videos, dating is hell. And picking from that hell can sometimes be really hectic. And then you've got people with this whole twin flame theory and the manifestations. You know, I was watching Manifest with my daughter today because she's getting into these old shows and stuff. And I was like, well, I know a group that has this mentality. And I'm like, wow, who would have ever thought that people would believe half the shit that comes on television and then make a group on it, making it seem like it's the real deal? Interesting, right? The calling, the purpose, you know. Online behavior is just grown completely out there. And I'm just that person that's going to be like, let's come back down to earth. Thank you. Come back. You're too far out there. Because, you know, at heart, I'm realistic. I'm not much of a dreamer. I mean, I can have ideas and everything, and someone's going to shoot it down. That doesn't mean I'm just going to drop it entirely. I'm just going to figure out another approach before I decide to cash that idea. And then there is people that are soliciting for like Valentine's Day. You know, they put these memes and stuff and say you can rent my body, you know, for this amount of money. Don't do it. I know y'all making laughs and stuff, but there's gonna be some fool that's gonna present you money, and you're gonna fall for it, and you're gonna be like, oh damn, I gotta follow through. And then you see what the fucker looks like, and it's like, oh no. But you took the money. Now what? Don't get yourself in those kind of situations either. Like I said, it ain't cute. People be doing all kinds of weird things for money these days, and it's just like, why don't you just go out the fucking door and get just a 9-to-5 job? If those even still exist. Do those even exist anymore? Because the way that I've been seeing the way things are going, wow, this road is shit. Not good for my tires. And it's tax season too. You would think that, you know, this year's taxes would have already been applied, but no. Well, last year's. This year's will hopefully be applied by summer, so we were told, but we know damn well it ain't. No. I personally think that tax money is lining other people's pockets, has nothing to do with streets, has nothing to do with community. I think it's what lines people in certain offices' pockets. I do. Because you ever see their gross income and stuff. I mean, I personally wish that they would tax the rich enough, you know, instead of the working class and everything. See, I've managed to avoid all of it, and I don't care. I don't care if I get told that I'm not doing my part. Well, either are you. I'm just being smart about things. But I do like seeing that there is a snowplow on the ready. That is pretty nice. So kudos to him or her. it's a good idea just to be cautious when you're making a profile. I actually talked to a guy about how to lock profiles, and most of them are from the Middle East or Asia, all in that area. So I mean, it wouldn't hurt to check it out, because most of the guys with the lock profiles are usually your scammers. I finally got to the point I was so fed up with them. I actually told a guy he had to pay me $200 just to be able to talk to me. I thought it was absolutely genius, and I made it so where he was just irritated when he goes, "Well, I don't have $200." I said, "Then what are you talking to me for?" It's like, you can't afford to talk to me. I said, "We're not going to have this conversation." And I was an absolute bitch about it, and I didn't feel bad about it at all. I was like all for it. I was like, yeah. I was like, because I knew he was trying to get a hold of me and ask for money and everything, and I knew that he was, trying to scam me. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna beat you to the punch." So I did. I straight up, I said, "You know what? It's this time, and you've started talking to me this time." I said, "You owe me $200." I did, and he's like, "But I don't have $200." Like, well, then we shouldn't be talking, because if you can't afford to talk to me, we're not going to talk. He didn't like that. I'm that asshole. I don't care. But you get the gist. Profile etiquette, online etiquette. If you are out there to scam, there's people like me, and there's a group of other people. They're going to shut you down. Don't even try it. The catfishing, no more. And just be cautious, and as much as honest as you possibly can, because if you're dishonest about something, you're deceptive about anything, it will come back and bite you in the ass. But I have to take this message. So y'all have a good one. Peace, yo.